on that one.
Bro, I don't care.
Which,
I don't care.
speaking of 5 units,
500 to win fucking $40. I'm gonna have fun with my $40, motherfucker.
you're like, yep, I'm gonna enjoy
I'm
that
buy
40.
some weed with it.
Get it almost a quarter.
Yeah.
So
Some fucking scumbag.
you know it. So the next fight, actually speaking of 5 units of confidence, this was my most confident pick that I had from the picks I gave. Was the Adesanya
with my $40.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
That's a unit man's
that's
life.
Right, let's go.
Dude, A to G, that's a good price. Speaking of how good it is. So, Isreal Adesanya, Paulo Costa. It's UFC 253. It's the headline event of the card. 185.
Yeah, let's get to it, dog. Let's get to it.
Middleweight title. Jason Herzog's our ref. Adesanya steps in at. Do you have minus 180 and plus 160 on your odds?
I sure did. Yep. So that stayed about even.
So yeah, they come in. Izzy has 8. Isreal has Isreal. For those that don't realize, 8 inches of reach on Paulo Costa. He is a phenomenal kickboxer.
6'4", 185. What a build!
Yeah, I know.
And that was like how George Kittle was in high school.
Skinny Claw Adesanya, as Paulo Costa would say. But regardless of how skinny he is, he clearly has some good power. Because through the first round, I thought Izzy was just putting the work on Costa. Costa couldn't figure him out. Couldn't figure out how to get in the distance, like to be within his reach. And every time he tried to be in his range, Isreal would just catch him with 1, 2, 3, and then dip out to the side. He did a great job of not getting pressed against the fence.
So this was my takeaway from the fight. So all right. So just to get the facts out of the way, so we can get to our conjecture. The facts were Isreal Adesanya pieced the fuck out of Paulo Costa and got a second-round TKO. Left hook dropped him. I mean, it was dominant. I mean, so I want to talk more kind of, conjecture here than X's and O's because the X's and O's were just complete dominance. What I want to get at is I think – so typically when you hear the phrase reading your own press clippings, it's like coach speak for thinking that you're better than you are, being overconfident, being cocky, being over your skis, as they say. But what I think happened to Paulo Costa, and I would say read newspaper clippings. I don't mean it literally because we're not old as fuck, but read tweets, watch ESPN, whatever the fuck, watch podcasts. I think Costa was doing that, and I think he heard everybody and their dog saying, "Oh, he's just gonna bum rush him." Costa's just going to bum rush him. And so he was like, I'll show them. I won't bum rush him. And when in reality, just because people say it doesn't mean it's wrong. Like, his best shot at winning was to just bum rush him. I mean, his best shot at getting probably counterpunch knocked out was to bum rush him as well. But he just, completely didn't fight his fight. He, tried to turn himself into, a precision striker.
Yeah.
Dana was confused as fuck.
He was trying to win a leg kicks battle against a kickboxer.
A kickboxer with a way bigger reach advantage. Yeah, he was staying on the outside. He didn't. I don't think there was one clinch engagement, was there? I don't believe there was. I don't remember one. Maybe I was.
There was the one time that Costa tried it. Isreal literally slipped out underneath him, out the side of the cage, and smiled at him, and then circled back to the center. And it was just like, you're not going to get him. You just could not grab him.
Adesanya, man, he's amazing. He's amazing.
Dude, how good is he to watch? How fucking good is he, man? He's so good.
There's certain guys that just have this eye test factor on the screen. Just physically, they move different. Maybe they're bigger. Maybe all of the above in Izzy's case. And the comparison I'm gonna make, cross sport comparison, reminds me of fucking Calvin Megatron Johnson. Just when you would watch Calvin Johnson on TV and he's lined up against a 5'11" corner, you're just what is this? Why don't
you just know it's not fair?
Why don't more guys just do what he does? Because they're absolutely
he's so freaky.
Yeah. And I feel like that's exactly how I feel when I watch Isreal Adesanya. There's just this it factor, this undeniable advantage. It's cool too because it's the perfect marriage of we've all known, you've known, I've known. We'll leave names out of it. Just guys that are freak athletes, but don't got two brain cells to rub together. You know what I'm saying? And
Dude.
just meatheads or whatever you want to call them. Just not the most intellectual, cerebral people. And I feel like Adesanya is the perfect blend of essentially like a fighting nerd, like a chess player, like a strategist. He has his fight IQ is just off the charts. His fundamentals off the charts, and then his just
striking defense.
Yeah,
his striking defense is unbelievable.
When Paulo Costa would try to throw those slow-ass spinning kicks, he was 3, 5, 10 steps ahead of him. He was just by the time Costa was a quarter of the way into the turn, Adesanya had already dodged the kick. You know what I'm saying? It was light work. It literally looked like whenever, have you seen those videos when NBA players hold a camp and they have the 12-year-old kid trying to steal the ball from him, and he's dribbling between his legs and behind the back, and the kid's I can't get the ball. That's what Paulo Costa trying to fucking kick Isreal.
Yeah, Isreal was just having fun with him. And Izzy said this from the start that it was going to be an easy matchup for him, which it was. It was.
See, I felt this way. Sometimes, have you ever told yourself you need to pump the brakes? I don't know. Maybe I heard too much noise. I watch a lot of podcasts and shit myself. I read a lot of MMA tweets. A lot of people are if anybody can do it, it's Costa. And I probably just heard one too many people say that. My gut instinct was that Adesanya was going to win. I actually got a buddy of mine. I won't say his name, but I got a buddy of mine out here in Cali to bet me Adesanya Costa straight up $20.
Yeah, you told me that. I could not believe that.
So I ended up winning $20 last night, and just because I was I thought he was gonna want some kind of juice on the number or something, but straight up, I was straight up, I'll take Adesanya. I can't really afford to pass that number up. But
I mean, I would like to say that I was that I felt like Costa was a big challenge, but. Man, to be honest, the closer the fight got, like I said in my notes, 5 units of confidence on Izzy. Most confident pick of the night was him.
Yeah, you're right.
And even more, I had a buddy that did a DraftKings for the event yesterday, and he asked me who he should put in his MVP slot, and I told him Isreal will get a knockout before the 2.5 mark in the third. He'll do it before the third round ends. And so when you put him in your MVP slot, they get 1.5 times the points. So that ended up being a great play for him.
Can't let the podcast end without so he fucking humped Adesanya.
Yeah.
Or
humped Costa.
He humped Costa, and then he went over to his corner and did the fucking jack off jizz air motion thing to Costa's corner. Fucking hilarious. I love it. Some people didn't like it. Some people whatever. I'm not. This isn't fucking kitty hour. This isn't goddamn Sunday choir.
Well, and for all the shit they've talked for fucking 8 months to him, he's just literally showing him, hey, you're not even close to my level.
You're not on my level. But yeah, that was episode 17 of Beefy Boys Breakdown. UFC 253 was so much fun. Thanks for everybody.
It was a great one.
Tune in. Go check us out on our audio platforms. And thank you so much for your time, brother. Good seeing you as always. Looking forward to next week.
Yes, sir. Can't wait. Holly Holm and Aldana, right?
I believe so. Don't hold me to that. But either way. Doesn't matter. If there's a card, there's a Beefy Boys fall on it. Tune in, y'all. See you next week.
Yes, sir. See you next week, bro.